Multifamily Mindset
podcast. Think bigger.
Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the Multifamily Minute. I'm Kyle Brown, your hostess with the mostest, and today we're wrapping up our journey through the sales framework with the last letter S, solve together. Now, if you've been following all along, you'll know that we've covered everything so far, starting with S for switch seats, all the way to E, embrace objections, and now the final S. Everything before has been about building trust and connection, and guess what? This final step is about that as well. Because solving together isn't about just closing deals, it's about creating partnerships that last. So let's dive right into it. Now, when I say solve together, I mean working with your client to find a solution that feels right for them. Remember, it's not just about handing them a prepackaged answer or convincing them that you're the best option. It's about listening, collaborating, and co-creating a path forward that aligns with their goals and values. When you solve together, you're not just making a deal, you're building trust, confidence, and a shared vision. So how do we actually do this? Well, it starts with asking the right questions. The first step in solving together is to get them involved. You're not the only one coming up with solutions. They are too. Ask questions like, what would a successful outcome look like for you? Or, what do you think would be the best way to approach this? These kinds of open-ended questions get them thinking about their goals and what success means to them. Not only does this make them feel included, but it also gives you valuable insight into how they think and what matters most to them. And trust me, when people feel like they're part of the solution, they're much more likely to feel good about moving forward. Once you've got a clear picture of what success looks like for them, the next step is to lay out the options together. Here's the key. You're not presenting a solution. You're presenting options. You notice the difference? It's subtle but powerful. When you say something like, here are a few ways we can move forward, let me know what feels best for you. It puts the power in their hands. They're choosing, not being told. And that choice is a big part of why this works. Let's say, for example, you're negotiating a deal with a potential investor who's hesitant about a property. You could present options like, we could move forward with this deal and adjust the financing terms, or we could pause and focus on a different market. Now, in this context, when I say investor, I'm talking about one of your operational team members that you may be collaborating with to close out on a deal. At the end of the day, you're really asking them what direction feels better for you. You're collaborating, not dictating, and it builds trust. Now that you've presented options, the next step is to ensure they feel confident in the solution. Once they choose a direction, your role shifts to being their biggest supporter, absolutely raving fan. This is where you reassure them that they've made a solid decision and that you're in it together. A simple phrase like, I think this is a great path forward, and I'm excited to make it happen with you, goes a long way. It reinforces that this is a partnership and not just a transaction. And don't forget to address any lingering doubts. Maybe they say, I think this is the right move, but I'm still a little nervous. Well, that's your chance to circle back to their goals and remind them why this solution aligns with what they wanted. It's about helping them feel good about taking that next step. So, really, let's bring it back full circle. We talked about solving together, and solving together is what? It's about collaboration, trust, and empowerment. It's about creating a solution that feels mutually beneficial and making your client feel like they're part of the process. When you do this, you're not just closing deals, you're building relationships that last well beyond the transaction. So let's recap the key steps I just went through. First, ask collaborative questions to get them involved. Second, present options as a partnership. And third, reassure them and empower them to move forward with confidence. These simple shifts make all the difference in how your clients experience working with you. So, anyways, thanks for joining me in this episode and sticking with me through the entirety of the sales framework. It's been an absolute blast being able to break it down, and honestly reinvigorate myself and continue to utilize it in my everyday, conversations with investors, operators, and just people in my everyday life. I hope you found these episodes helpful. And whether it's simplifying your message, asking the right questions, or embracing objections, remember, sales is just another way of serving people. As always, if you enjoyed this episode or you have any stories about solving together that you'd like to share, feel free to reach out. I'd love to hear them. Until next time, stay curious, stay collaborative, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.
Multifamily Mindset.
Podcast. Think bigger.